Boston, Massachusetts woman Christiana Viscusi and her husband, otherwise known as Cat Dad, were heartbroken when they lost their fuzzy feline friend Sophie in mid-2017. But their empty space in their hearts and home after Sophie passed was happily filled. It all began 2 months later when Viscusi came across her deceased pet's doppelganger while surfing online. Sophie was originally a rescue pet who was saved from an appalling situation where piles of animals in cages were being hoarded. The 3-year-old cat was rescued from her plight, then sheltered by the Animal Rescue League of Boston. It wasn't long before Sophie found her forever home nearby with 40-year-old web designer Viscusi and Cat Dad. The adorable ball of feline fluff made herself perfectly at home with her new adopted family quickly. Sophie soon decided on her favorite spot to sleep, on top of the dresser in Mommy and Daddy's room. Viscusi noted this and bought Sophie her very own miniature bed, complete with bed sheets, and placed it on top of the dresser. While Sophie loved being tucked comfortably up in her bed at night, she also enjoyed the great outdoors. In May 2017, Viscusi told animal interest website The Dodo, "When I get home from work, she's waiting at the door and circling me to go outside. We have a routine where we go outside for at least an hour when I get home because I know she's anxiously been waiting all day." It turns out that Sophie wasn't just a hit with her new parents, but also a neighbor's cat, Scotty. The male Mogi began just watching Sophie, but soon got braver and started following her whenever they were outside. Scotty's owners thought it was odd since their cat was often standoffish with other felines, yet his relationship with Sophie appeared very close. However, one possible explanation for the relationship presented itself when Viscusi chatted to her neighbors and found out the cats had something in common. They discovered that both Mogis had been rescued from animal hoarders. Viscusi told The Dodo, "It's very possible they were rescued at the same place and each put in different shelters, but I don't really know. Just makes us wonder." Sophie and Scotty soon became loving friends. Viscusi said, "Every time we're outside, he runs over to hang out. In the summer, it's several times a week. If he sees us on our balcony from his lawn, he comes over and cries up at us, then goes and sits at our back door, waiting for us to bring her out. It's really cute." Christiana developed a new interest when she became a self-styled catstagrammer. She set up an Instagram account dedicated to her pet, called Sophie Loves Tuna, to show off her lovable furball to the world. Over time, the page depicted the highlights of Sophie's adventures, and her best pal, Scotty. The adorable picture showed Sophie tucked up in her little bed, posing in knitted hats, taking walks, and meeting up with Scotty. Unfortunately, the Instagram posts were taking a sad turn in late May 2017. Sophie became ill, went off her food, and began vomiting a white foamy liquid. As a result, Sophie was rushed straight to Boston's Angel Animal Medical Center by her very worried parents. Viscusi updated Sophie's Instagram followers to let them know of her cat's progress. Firstly, Sophie would be undergoing emergency surgery. The operation would hopefully remove a foreign object vets found in her small intestine. The procedure reportedly went well, but sadly, fluid in Sophie's lungs resulted in aspiration pneumonia. The desperately ill cat was placed in an oxygen chamber and treated with strong antibiotics. Sophie was monitored closely, but she did not appear to be responding to the drug treatment in the way the vets hoped. Viscusi was told that if no improvement in 24 hours happened, that Sophie's case would be critical. But she showed some improvement with the ventilator to help her breathe. It was then that Angel vets attempted to withdraw the sick cat from the apparatus that it became too much. Regrettably, Sophie passed away. Viscusi broke the news to her Instagram followers. "I wish this wasn't real. I don't want to tell the world she's gone. I'm heartbroken." Viscusi wanted to thank everyone who supported her through the pain and who made donations to help with the vet bills. On June 2nd, 2017, she wrote, "There are no words for the sadness it brings me to let all of you know my little angel gained her wings tonight. Everything I did included her, and I'm crushed she's off on a new adventure without me. I cannot begin to thank each and every one of you for your kindness, generosity, and support you've shown all of us. What an amazing community this is." She also thanked the vet medical center that cared for poor Sophie through the illness. Viscusi stated, "Thank you to the amazing team at Massachusetts Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals that did everything they could providing the best round-the-clock care. Sophie's Instagram page showed that despite her passing, her feline friend Scotty still visited to get consoling belly rubs from Cat Dad. Fans were upset to think of the feline missing his friend. One wrote, "Seeing Scotty without Sophie by his side is so sad." And Scotty was not the only one distraught by the sudden loss. Viscusi and partner both felt the emptiness in their home without that lovely little character that filled their hearts. So the appearance of Louie came as a perfectly timely surprise. Viscusi was overjoyed when she spotted him on the online pet finder adoption service. She described him as Sophie's brother from another mother. She explained to feline aficionado website Love Meow, "I knew right away that I had to inquire about him. I saw that he was at a shelter an hour away, so I took a chance and emailed them to see if he was still there. Sure enough, he was, and we drove down the next day to meet him." The couple journeyed along the road to the Pat Brody Shelter for Cats in Lunenburg, Massachusetts, and couldn't wait to meet Louie. Viscusi said, "As soon as we walked in, we saw him lounging on the table by a window, and Cat Dad scooped him right up. He was so big and fluffy, with his bright amber eyes looking right at us, we instantly loved him." Viscusi told Love Meow that it seemed like 3-year-old Louie seemed to understand that he was destined to fill the void left by Sophie. The male Mogi snuggled up to the couple straight away, purring happily. That very day, Viscusi and Cat Dad took their new cuddly Persian and Turkish van mix cat back home to Boston. Louie settled into his new home readily, and it wasn't long before Instagram users were asking a burning question: when would the new guy get to meet the neighbors? One Sophie Loves Tuna follower said, "Poor little Scotty, I hope he finds a new best friend in Louie. Rest in peace, sweet Sophie." However, due to Viscusi's landlord putting in new grass and resurfacing the drive, outdoor adventures were strictly out of bounds. This meant Louie couldn't meet Scotty right away. For now, Louie is proving to be far from camera shy and is perfectly happy to pose indoors. Whether he's sprawled out on the floor like a melted ball of fur or play biting his mom, the pictures capture it all. The Sophie Loves Tuna Instagram account is still up and running, but now populated with cute pictures of the lovely Louie and updates on his life. Sophie may be gone, but she is certainly not forgotten. Viscusi still uses the page to remind followers of her adventures with the first kitty and memorialize Louie's predecessor.